Welcome to Now Go Lead, the podcast where we help you level up your leadership in just 5 minutes. Each episode, we provide inspiring stories and actionable insights to help you lead with confidence and clarity. Whether you're a seasoned leader or just starting out, our goal is to give you the tools and motivation to level up your leadership game. You know, for probably 30 years now, and certainly for multiple generations of new drivers, we've had the modern advent of global positioning systems that give us access to turn-by-turn directions. We can get anywhere on the planet. We've mostly forgotten how to use an atlas or maybe print directions off the internet. We can just grab our phones, ask for directions, and then we're given a little blue line to follow all the way to our destination. But I was thinking about this the other day, and what would it be like? Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was a GPS for the leadership journey? You know, we don't have that technology today, but there is something critical to be learned about why GPS works and why our leadership journey can never start until we have one essential piece of information. So I remember back to the early days of starting my business. It was a lot of controlled chaos, mostly fueled by fear and quite a bit of naivety. As is common with the growth of a business, the inevitable problems did emerge, and it required skillful leadership to solve and move the organization forward. Problem was, we're running a little short on such individuals with skillful leadership, and it quickly dawned on me that it was, in fact, me that needed to start growing. The circumstances I'd found myself in, whether it was of my own creation or the forces around me, they pushed me to consider that I needed to figure out a path to grow my own leadership or risk the future of the entire organization. You know, as a visionary, I've always been pretty good at figuring out the solve or the final picture for a problem. But like GPS, you can have a really good idea of where you need to go, but if you can't figure out where you're starting from, GPS is pretty much useless. And it really led me to important truth that I've had to revisit a lot of times along the journey. You cannot plan a journey to success without first knowing where you're starting from. And it's actually not an easy thing to understand where you're starting from in the leadership journey. Certainly, let me be clear, we're all starting from different places because no single leadership journey is the same. We're going to face a lot of the same obstacles, but the turns in the path and the length of the journey are all predicated on where you start. So being able to rise above your circumstances and get enough perspective to know your current state is something many people can't do. And honestly, few leaders have the discipline to do it well. Most of the time we decide we're going somewhere, content that we have the destination in mind, and start taking steps in one arbitrary direction or another. We have no idea what the journey is going to cost us because we have no idea whether we're 10 miles away or 500. We hope we're going in the right direction, and occasionally we may look up at the sun and try to get our bearings, but eventually and inevitably we get lost or run out of gas, and we once again find ourselves in a place with no identity and no idea of the direction forward. So take 5 minutes and consider, have you set out on a journey without first taking a true measure of your starting position? Have you been trying to make progress on the journey without knowing for certain that you've prepared yourself and your organization for what it's going to take to see the journey through? I've seen too many leaders and organizations get excited about the destination, but ultimately fail to make any progress because they aren't willing to be honest about where they are in the present moment. So today's an encouragement to maintain a true self-awareness of where you are in the journey, because without a place to start, you'll never know what it takes to reach the destination. It's time to now go lead. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Now Go Lead. Join us next week as we cover a brand new leadership topic and help you level up your leadership in just 5 minutes. For more resources, tips, and inspiration, visit our website at nowgolead.com. You can also connect with us on Instagram at nowgolead and on LinkedIn. We would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more leaders like you. Also, don't forget to share this podcast with your colleagues and friends who are on their own leadership journey. Now Go, Lead is produced by HP Engineering Studios in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. Now go, lead.